let's move to Andhra Pradesh, because I think Andhra Pradesh, much like Telangana, is a state being looked at very closely in this election. Quite simply, Chandrababu Naidu split away from the BJP just a few months ago. Has that gamble paid off? What is the Axis My India Today election tracker now saying for the state of Andhra Pradesh? Take a look at these numbers first. Remember, here again, we asked a very direct question. Who do you want as your chief ministerial candidate? And look at what it's throwing up. Next Chief Minister, Jagan Reddy of the Ysrcp Congress, Rahul has taken the lead, 43%. His stock is the one that seems to be rising, because Chandrababu Naidu is 38%. I think this is the first ever poll done by a national channel that's actually showing Jagan now creeping ahead of Chandrababu Naidu in the popularity stakes, 43 to 38. Pawan Kalyan, who could play the role of a spoiler, Janasena, is at 5% of the popular vote. So clearly there you have it. Jagan Reddy is emerging as a contender in Andhra Pradesh. Take a look now at parties. How were the parties rated? Their performance of the state government. Performance of Chandrababu Naidu's state government. Thumbs up is 33%. So they are on the lower end. Clearly good is 33%, which is not good news for Chandrababu Naidu. Average is 18%. Add the two, that's about 51, 36%. That's more are saying bad than they are saying good.
And remember, this 33%, Rajdeep, needs to be contrasted with the 48% from Telangana.
That's
so
right.
Big gap.
So interestingly, Chandrasekhar Rao rated higher in his own state of Telangana.
Substantially higher.
Substantially higher than Chandrababu Naidu. And those numbers will trouble Chandrababu Naidu and may drive him closer into an alliance, because he will now need all the support he can get.
No, but he can't ally with the Congress in Andhra Pradesh.
He may well have to. Let's ask Ram Mohan Rao.
No, but who will fight who then?
Let's ask Ram Mohan Rao. Who's going to ally Mr. Rao? Are you going to ally with the Congress?
Rajdeep, there may be something wrong. You know, he cannot be ahead because maybe the whatever samples they have taken may be one-sided, but today, Andhra Pradesh, whatever welfare schemes, whatever the schemes we are doing, Mr. Naidu is extraordinary performance he is doing. And earlier, just now, GVL also quoted, in Telangana also, one MP they won on their own. No, it is a wrong. Telangana also, earlier election with the TDP alliance, BJP won one MP seat. In Andhra also, they won. So today, now the scenario is whatever reorganization act is there, center is failed to implement.
Okay. No, but I think some credit must be given to young Jagan Mohan Reddy. Despite all the court cases, and we tracked him a little bit, and we saw that he's walking. He had this Padyatra where he was walking day after day after day. He'd walk for 4 days. He had a court hearing on Friday. Virtually every Friday he had to come back as part of his bail conditions. He would drive back throughout the night after spending the whole day on the road. Pradeep Gupta, this data seems to indicate that his mass outreach in Andhra Pradesh clearly seems to have helped him.
Rahul, let me remind Mr. Mohan Reddy, even in 2014, YSR Congress has secured 44.35% vote as against TDP 44.61% vote, and they contested 165 seats, and BJP's, if you add 2% vote share, so it's come to 46% in total as against 44% of Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSR Congress.
Okay, Praveen Chakravarti.
One second. His home state, he's getting excited. The moment you said Andhra Pradesh, GDL Narasimha Rao wanted to dive into the stock exchange.
This is the first poll. We have covered so far about 5 states in the political stock exchange. And in no state is the opposition leader more popular than the incumbent chief minister.
True.
In Rajasthan, there was a tie. That's what I'm being very honest. This is the only state where opposition leader is far ahead of the incumbent chief minister.
5% ahead.
It clearly makes me feel happy. I think TDP is good riddance for us. Although we did not let them go, they went on their own. So we are happy. We got
So
rid
you're
of
going with
a very
Jagan? Are you telling us
unpopular-
on the stock exchange that you're joining hands with Jagan?
No,
you're
but I'm
saying good riddance.
we
You're
are
saying
better
good
off.
riddance.
We would be better off on our own rather than be with a party, a ruling party.
But explain
which is
this to
facing
me,
the wrath of the people of Andhra
Praveen
Pradesh.
Chakravarti, how does this work that in November, December, the Congress can potentially tie up with the TDP in Telangana, then in April, May, when there's a general election, you're fighting with the TDP? Or does this data suggest that the TDP may feel vulnerable and therefore feel the need to tie up with the Congress even for the general elections?
Let's not indulge in conjecture. See, every state works independently of each other. So we've seen this in Bengal and Kerala. We've seen situations where we can tie up with the left in Bengal and fight the left in Kerala. So let's be very clear that these are two independent elections. As of now, the Telangana election is upon us. It has been announced that yes, we are in talks for an alliance. And Andhra, we will come to Andhra when it's Andhra's.
No, TDP ministers are on record. Only about a week ago, 10 days ago, they said we will, so one of them, actually a deputy CM, if I remember correctly, he said we will commit suicide if there is a Congress TDP tie-up. So after that, they have gone ahead and tied up in Telangana.
Even though there is no direct data, what's your best sense of the impact a Congress-TDP alliance in Telangana may have on the elections in November, December? Pradeep Gupta.
Yeah, if I think they have a better prospect if they fight separately TDP and Congress, then there is a fragmented vote.
Why do you say that?
And if they come to, because see, traditionally in Andhra Pradesh, Congress as on its own was very strong. So YSR Congress is the subset of that only, and if Congress joined with TDP, it adds vote to the TDP's account and is likely to be better performing than otherwise.
That's a very interesting point, because Sandeep Shastri, here you have an unusual situation where two parties who in a sense have been enemies are possibly coming together to try and take away space that, as Pradeep Gupta describes, is of a party which is a subset of the Congress. Jagan Reddy has been the tallest leader in a sense of the Congress in Andhra Pradesh in the last couple of decades, and now his son is taking that vote away from the Congress, has already taken it. The Congress is turning to Chandrababu Naidu. Does that work for you? Or is Pawan Kalyan the X factor?
Rajdeep, as has been rightly said, but as Pradeep just now rightly said, and as we have been debating for the last few minutes, I think the YSR Congress in Andhra represents in some ways that anti-TDP vote. And any tie-up between the TDP and Congress, I'm not too sure how much it will benefit the TDP, because as it seems today, Congress seems to be a very marginal player in Andhra, with the YSR Congress having taken the critical position. I think the BJP is going to watch and look at a post-election alliance if needed in Andhra and continue to retain its identity. That, I think, would be the game plan. But one small point, Rajdeep, the fact that YSR Congress is non-existent in southern states.
Yeah, finish your point. Let him finish it. Yes.
If I have just one more point to make, let's remember that just before the 2004 Lok Sabha election, the TDP had withdrawn from the BJP NDA alliance. They have done this for a second time. So I'm not too sure whether citizens take kindly to this act of being with a party for X number of years and then withdrawing. And that is seen very clearly in the Chief Minister's sweepstakes in Andhra Pradesh.
Who's your face? You know, this is one state where you still don't have a face. Let's be very clear. You can, damn the Congress. The Congress has committed self-goal after self-goal in Andhra. Their stock is going down all the time. How is your stock going to rise? How is your stock going to rise in Andhra?
Andhra Pradesh.
Are you the face? No.
No, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana was really a sunrise state for the Congress. And that's a state which, it's a battleground state for them. Today, in Andhra Pradesh for sure, the Congress is miles behind the BJP. We are certainly making efforts to emerge as an alternate third force in the state.
And all alliances post-poll for you? Nothing pre-poll?
As of now, we are planning to contest all the seats. And in 1998, for your information, we contested in United Andhra Pradesh on our own. And we won 4 Lok Sabha seats and polled 18% vote. We still have about 5 months to go, 6 months to go to begin the Lok Sabha campaigning. We certainly hope to gain in Andhra like we did in 98.
Praveen, you wanted to make a final point on Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, see, in Andhra Pradesh, I can reveal this much. We run polls regularly at sample sizes 10 times as large. There is no indication that the BJP is a factor in Andhra, nearly to the extent what...
But neither are you. It is
The
Jagan versus Chandrababu.
the
It's a battle between Jagan and Chandrababu.
I mean, admittedly, the Congress is not as strong in Andhra Pradesh as it is in Telangana, where it is clearly the party in contention. But the BJP certainly is not the
But
party
you
in
are far
contention
behind
also.
us.
What we want to do now is look at the performance of the central government in Telangana. And this, to my mind, is one of the most highlightable portions of the political stock exchange, because in no state that we've seen so far, when respondents were asked the question, who should be India's next Prime Minister, does Congress President Rahul Gandhi emerge ahead of Prime Minister Modi. Now remember, in Andhra Pradesh, the TDP has been running a very strong campaign against the BJP and against the Prime Minister, saying that the promise of a special status has not been lived up to. Here, and this is very significant, you're seeing it on TV for the first time, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Axis My India is telling India today that the current level of popularity of Congress President Rahul Gandhi is 6% more than that of Prime Minister Modi.
You know what, Rahul? The Congress party has taken a screenshot at the moment. They're
So
going to
has the
keep-
BJP,
they're-
I think, don't forget
they're
that.
going to keep, the Congress party has
No,
kept a
no, I'm not-
screenshot of what
Yes.
you've just shown.
I am not.
It's going to be an image for forever. This is perhaps the first time that we
But
have
this-
seen
this
it.
won't last.
And
This
Vivian
won't-
Narasimha Rao has seen those images and is now worried because his stock as an Andhra is under question.
No, I
and
can
is
tell
it
you-
because of breaking away from Babu? Breaking away from
no,
Babu has cost you.
For several months, no, it's not just that. For several months, there has been an anti-BJP tirade or a shrill campaign that has been going on. But this will be a fleeting image.
This
So
is a
you're
fleeting
right.
image.
Congress should take a photo shoot.
No. So we're not talking.
Should take a picture of this
Yeah.
because this is not going to last long. Because the Prime Minister hasn't spoken on this issue so far. We haven't even begun our campaign. This will completely reverse, and Rahul will come back to the place which it deserves to be.
Okay, so we're not indulging in rhetoric here. I don't want to respond to some political rhetoric here. Let's talk numbers. I will be fair. I will be fair and say, yes, there is a lead for Mr. Gandhi over Mr. Modi. The lead is within the margin of error, as it is in your other states. In a sample size of 7,000, 10,000, 5 percentage points margin of
I'm
error.
glad he's not
Certainly.
believing these numbers
so,
himself.
So you can make political statements and rhetoric. I will be a true
Let me ask
data
Pradeep
person
Gupta,
and
what is the
restrict to
margin of
numbers.
error? Pradeep Gupta, what is the margin of error? In each, correct, again for our viewers who are watching this stock exchange, you go to every Lok Sabha constituency with a sample size of about 400. So Andhra Pradesh will be roughly in a state with 25 Lok Sabha seats, about a 10,000 sample.
10,000.
What's your margin of error?
Yeah, 10,000.
What's your margin
See,
of error?
Rajdeep, I see, though it is not straightway translating into the votes, but as far as the margin of error goes, since it is a very scientific and representative demography and geography, as you rightly mentioned, across the all parliamentary constituency of Andhra Pradesh. So I don't see anything more than 2% for sure when it comes to the popularity and performance of the government. Why should people say lie about the performance, what they like or what they don't like?
Okay, let me then ask you, Mr. Ramona Rawati, at the very end, are you going with this alliance with the Congress or not? Give us your, are you testing the waters? Will a poll like you push you further into an alliance? Yes or no? That two stocks will need to join now to build your equity.
No, Mr. Rajdeep, alliance, still for 5 more months, go ahead, time is there. But now, time being, in Telangana, we are going, our party, Telangana party decided, CPI and local leaders, they are discussing Mahakotami, they are going. See, the Congress, which
In
we are
Andhra, sir,
discussing,
in
GL
Andhra.
Narasimha, whatever
In
he is
Andhra,
saying,
are you going on your
being
own?
a Telugu man.
In Andhra, are you
No,
going on
Andhra
your own?
also. Andhra, we are going on our own. Andhra, we are going on our own. See, GL Narasimha, whatever he is saying, center is ditched us, and being a Telugu man, he should have fought with Narendra Modi to give a special status, whatever reorganization act pending issues to be implemented there. Those issues, they are not able to implement.
Okay.
Whatever they say, today people
The
are
people of
very
Andhra have
angry
realized
center.
that
Andhra
yours
people
is
are
only a
behind
political
Mr. Chandrababu.
Okay, let's read the rhetoric.
His
Let's go back. Let's read the
credibility
rhetoric
is
now.
very high.
Okay, let's read the
Track record is
rhetoric.
very good.
Let's read the
Jagan
rhetoric.
Reddy.
Tell us, Rahul, what you're going to show us after the break.
Okay, no, so we have one more question for Andhra Pradesh before I take a quick break. This is on the question of the performance of the central government. Coming up on your screen next, we asked respondents in the state of Andhra Pradesh what they thought about the performance of the Modi government. 31% said it's good, which is not a very high number, but which is not very bad either. 23% thinks it's average, which is a very big number for the average category. 23% thinking it's being average. 42% think it's bad. What that suggests is that people in Andhra Pradesh not satisfied with the Modi Sarkar.
Look, I think it's very clear. The entire fracas with Chandrababu Naidu, the denial of so-called special status, however you look at it, has worked against the BJP for now. Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao says it's a temporary phenomenon, we'll have to see. But as of today, the BJP is on the back foot.
So on that question of whether it is a temporary phenomena or not, make a note about these numbers in your mind, because 10 weeks from now, so 10 weeks from now, we'll have the numbers for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh on your screen again. Remember, for the next 42 weeks, this is a tracker poll. So we'll keep going back. Pradeep Gupta and his team at Access My India will keep going back, revisiting these numbers and showing you whether, as the BJP claims,
are they going back to the same?
We will go back to the same people again and again.
Same households.
State government's performance in Andhra Pradesh is even worse than the rating of the central government.